We all know Peter Griffin is the lovable, bumbling patriarch of Family Guy, but sometimes his antics cross the line from hilarious into completely, undeniably sus territory.
And if sex with the rest of you is half as good as it was with her, then I think we're all gonna get along just fine. Yay!
Today we are breaking down the most sus Peter Griffin moments in Family Guy. Let's start the show, starting off with Season 8, Episode 14. Peter-assment. What happens when your boss crosses the ultimate professional boundary? In this episode, Peter's new look turns his boss Angela into a dangerously obsessed stalker, and he goes to highly questionable lengths to get out of the uncomfortable situation. The wildly sus storyline kicks off when Peter decides to become a full-time paparazzi after accidentally recording an actor at Stewie's school play and selling the footage to the news.
That was my tape, everybody. I sent that in and they put it on TV, which makes me a famous journalist.
But during a physical scuffle while trying to film Ollie Williams, Peter's glasses are completely shattered, forcing him to wear contact lenses to work. When his boss, Angela, gets a clear look at his eyes without his glasses, she becomes instantly and aggressively infatuated with him.
Oh no, I dropped my pencil.
Oh, I'll get it for you.
Yeah, this is gonna work out just fine.
Angela immediately throws all HR protocols out the window and begins heavily harassing Peter. She forces him to come to work wearing tight Daisy Dukes, makes him seductively rub a cold soda can on his neck like an old 90s commercial, and even installs a highly suspicious and inappropriate hole right in the wall of his office.
Oh, God. I really hope there's a hungry horse back there.
When Peter tries to confide in Lois about what is happening, she completely dismisses him, ignorantly claiming that men cannot be harassed by women.
Why are you calling me at home?
I wanna hear you breathe.
What?
Shh, don't talk, just breathe. It turns me on.
With absolutely no support at home, Peter turns to Quagmire, who offers a terrible but hilarious solution. He will literally hide inside Peter's clothes and take care of Angela's physical demands for him.
Okay, close up. All right, let me get lined up right so she'll think it's you she's having sex with.
Wow, that's really clever.
Peter agrees and heads to Angela's house for a work project.
You know, Angela, I've been thinking about it, and I want to have with you now.
Really?
Giggity.
But the second Quagmire gets a good look at her, he completely backs out of the deal, bluntly calling her a dumpster fire before leaving Peter stranded.
Peter neglected to tell me that you are a complete dumpster fire. Some friend, huh? Okay, all right, take it easy.
Fed up, Peter finally stands his ground, rejects her advances, and tells her to just fire him before storming out.
You know, this is awful timing, but I remember part of the reason I came over was because my cousin is looking for a job at the brewery.
Later that night, a little liquid courage from the bar and a hallucinated pep talk from his television convince Peter to go back and confront Angela.
Angela, open up in there!
But when he arrives at her house, he finds her locked inside her car with the engine running, attempting to end it all because she hasn't been with a man in 10 years. Peter saves her life.
Griffin,
Angela, what the are you doing trying to kill yourself?
you should have just left me alone. That's how I'm gonna end up anyway.
But feeling guilty about her intense loneliness, he devises a wildly sus backup plan. He disguises himself as a wealthy New York aristocrat named Reginald and takes her out for a romantic evening to finally seal the deal.
You must be Angela.
Hi, are you Peter's friend, Reginald?
Indeed I am.
However, the ultimate uncomfortable twist drops the very next morning. As Peter tries to sneak out, Angela casually tells him she will see him at work on Monday, proving she knew it was Peter in a fake mustache the entire time.
Oh, just one more thing before you go.
What's that, my dear?
See you at work on Monday, Griffin.
Huh?
Next up is Season 15, Episode 3. When the local airline pilots go on strike, Quagmire finds a highly lucrative new way to pay the bills. But Peter crosses a massive line when he steps in to act as his aggressive manager. In Season 15, Episode 3, Peter completely abuses his power, overworking his best friend and forcing him into deeply questionable situations just to make a quick buck. The highly sus storyline kicks off after a long day on the picket line with his fellow pilots.
This is a mess. It's working about as well as that animal sobriety checkpoint.
Excuse me, sir. Is that a baggie of catnip on your seat?
Quagmire decides to stop at a bar before heading home, where he inadvertently interrupts a bachelorette party. Given his outfit and his natural Quagmire charm, the women completely mistake him for the exotic dancer they ordered. When they start making it rain with cash, Quagmire sees no harm in giving in to the act and putting on a show.
And I thought the Federal Hill Bakery had nice buns.
You're talented, Denise. You should really go for it.
Fast forward to the guys hanging out at the Drunken Clam, and Peter notices that Quagmire has been leaving their hangouts surprisingly early. Suspicious, Peter, Joe, and Cleveland decide to trail him, eventually discovering that Quagmire is now working at a local strip club. Quagmire is initially embarrassed when the guys catch him, but he quickly admits that he has transitioned from an exotic dancer to a highly paid male companion, making crazy amounts of cash for his company.
Captain Cockpit, my friend is about to get married, and we were wondering if you'd have with her for $500.
I'm a
Later on, Peter picks Quagmire up from a job, but Quagmire reveals he just got stiffed by a terrible client who refused to pay him. Not willing to let his friend be taken advantage of, Peter marches right back inside and successfully annoys the woman into handing over the owed money.
Here's a little something for your trouble.
You're giving me a cut? Wow, thanks.
No problem. It's just too bad you're not here every time.
Grateful for the help, Quagmire gives Peter a cut of the cash, prompting Peter to officially ask to join the operation as his manager. It seems like a fun partnership at first, but Peter quickly lets the power completely go to his head.
Gotta work. I set up 5 appointments. That's a lot of money.
Sorry, I can't do it. You're just gonna have to cancel them.
What the did you say to me?
Rocking a flashy new suit, Peter begins to severely abuse his position, insulting, hitting, and entirely overworking Quagmire. The dynamic turns incredibly toxic as Peter forces an exhausted Quagmire to go out on jobs he doesn't want to take, and even makes him work just to earn his food.
Okay, let's go.
Just so you know, it takes me a long time.
Their wildly inappropriate business venture even manages to land them an appearance in an HBO documentary detailing the lives of Quahog's working professionals. However, things finally reach a terrifying climax when Peter forces Quagmire to work for an absolute nightmare of a client.
Hey there. Oh, what are you doing here?
Quagmire? I have a hobby that takes me this way.
The deeply uncomfortable request is finally enough to snap Peter out of his greed, and he steps in to save Quagmire before any lifelong mental scarring can occur. Peter sincerely apologizes for getting too caught up in the cash and releases Quagmire from his business obligations.
Still, I'm really sorry. Can you find it in yourself to forgive me and maybe we can just go back to being friends?
I'd like that.
Being a surprisingly forgiving friend, Quagmire lets him off the hook, happily noting that he hopes the pilot strike ends soon so he can return to his normal life. It is at this exact moment Peter casually reveals that the strike actually ended a full month ago, when a furious Quagmire asks why Peter let him continue working this humiliating job. Peter claims he emailed him the news, only to reveal he sent it to a hilariously outdated AOL email address.
Well, I'm glad Quagmire's back to work for the airline and that whole jig and pimpin' thing is over.
You know about that?
You were sticking to your cleanse, so I didn't really care.
Next up is Season 7, Episode 8, Family Gay. What happens when you send Peter to the store for some simple groceries? He returns with a massive, four-legged disaster. In Season 7, Episode 8, Family Gay, Peter brings home a severely brain-damaged horse, leading to one of the most incredibly disturbing and gag-inducing breakfast moments in television history. The wildly sus storyline kicks off when Lois gives Peter the simple task of going grocery shopping.
Do you understand?
Lois, I'm a guy you can trust with a task.
However, he fails miserably, returning home after 6 long hours with absolutely no beans, but instead towing a severely brain-damaged horse.
You bought a horse? Why the hell? I didn't even give you that much money.
That's what I thought, Lois.
Despite the fact that the animal routinely smashes itself into walls and pees all over the carpet, Peter is absolutely adamant that the horse will make a fine addition to the family. At one point, to make the horse feel less self-conscious about its indoor accidents, Peter even encourages everyone in the house to just pee on the floor too.
Everybody pee.
Peter,
Everybody pee. Now!
The Griffins are stuck rooming with this chaotic animal, which even develops a weird habit of walking up and sucking on Stewie's head.
Hey, you want a sugar cube, horsey?
Oh, God, Brian, don't! Ew.
But because the horse clearly doesn't have much going on upstairs, Peter decides to find another highly sus use for it. Things cross into incredibly disturbing territory when Peter somehow manages to harvest the male horse's special milk and casually stores it right in the family fridge.
Some of the milk in the fridge is not milk, it's horse sperm. I'm a horse breeder now.
If thinking about how Peter retrieved that is not traumatic enough, Stewie actually grabs the carton and consciously allows himself to eat his morning cereal with it, knowing exactly what it is. Looking to get a more mainstream use out of his new pet, Peter decides to enter his prize steed into a local horse race.
Hey, what are you doing? Get down there! Where's your midget?
Sorry, boss, had to pee. Come on, you.
However, given the animal's severe brain damage, Peter's plan immediately goes off the rails. The horse takes a sharp right turn, runs directly into the crowded stands, and causes a massive $100,000 worth of property damage.
$100,000 worth of damage. All thanks to that stupid horse of yours.
To make matters worse, the horse tragically suffers a fatal heart attack right after the crash. Left with crushing debt and a dead horse, Peter is forced to scour the newspaper for a quick solution to repay the damages. This ultimately leads him to sign up for a highly questionable medical experiment that involves injecting isolated genes, completely altering his entire personality for the rest of the episode.
Peter, what exactly did they inject you with?
The gay gene.
Peter, are you gay?
Guilty!
Next up is Season 4, Episode 6, Petarded. What happens when Peter gets an official medical diagnosis that gives him a free pass to get away with practically anything? In Season 4, Episode 6, Petarded, Peter abuses an IQ test result to commit literal crimes, losing his kids and severely injuring Lois in the process. The wildly sus storyline kicks off during a game night at the Griffin home, where Lois is set on letting her husband win their game of Trivial Pursuit by giving him the kids' questions.
Is it what?
That's right. You win, Peter. You did it.
Oh my god, I won! I won!
She clearly underestimates how unintelligent he is as he severely struggles through the easy trivia, but he eventually secures the win after Lois asks him to simply say the word what. Peter immediately becomes insufferable after his victory, boasting and bragging at every possible opportunity.
Everything all right, Peter?
Well, Lois, since you asked, I find this meatloaf rather shallow and pedantic.
What is this, you gonna talk down to everyone just because you won a game of Trivial Pursuit?
Sick of hearing it, Brian challenges him to apply for the MacArthur Genius Grant, where his so-called intelligence could be officially rewarded.
$500,000 grant just to sit around and do whatever you want.
Wow. Imagine what a genius like me could do with all that money.
Peter takes the required test, but the results reveal he is not a genius.
Oh, yeah? Well, would a mentally retarded guy have hired a bulldozer with a drunk driver to level half of his house in celebration of his fantastic test results?
And is in fact legally mentally challenged. Peter does not take the news well at first, especially since he is now being treated like a child, but he quickly finds an upside when he accidentally hits news anchor Tom Tucker with his car.
Holy crap!
Oh my god. Mr. Tucker, are you all right?
Tom is initially ready to lay into him, but decides not to press charges once he realizes Peter is mentally incapacitated. Realizing he just stumbled upon the ultimate get-out-of-jail-free card, Peter starts heavily abusing his newfound power to get away with everything, from starting Bible fights to busting into women's toilet stalls.
Sorry, retarded.
Oh, that's okay then.
Don't know any better.
Oh, bless your heart.
However, his actions cross a massive, dangerous boundary when he tries to steal a deep fryer from a local fast food restaurant. During the heist, he gets a little too excited and accidentally flings burning hot oil all over Lois.
Uh-oh. Lois, you look worse than that Rocky Dennis kid from Mask.
Rocky, I don't even know what you look like. Can I touch your face?
With Lois now covered in severe burns and stuck in a full body cast, Child Protective Services is forced to step in and take the kids away, deeming Peter mentally unfit to be a parent.
I'm here to take your kids away because you're mentally unfit to take care of them.
No way! Oh my God!
Finally!
Luckily for Peter, Cleveland offers to take the kids in while he figures out what to do. Brian explains to Peter that he just needs to show CPS that he is a good parent to win his children back. But using his own twisted logic, Peter takes this to mean he has to prove Cleveland is actually a terrible father. To pull this off, Peter invites a group of ladies of the night into Cleveland's home while Stewie is there, and then calls the CPS agent to investigate the wildly inappropriate situation. Agent Jessup easily sees right through the terrible ruse and continues to take Peter to trial for custody.
This is a shakedown.
Mr. Griffin, this isn't going to work.
Yeah, Peter, you and 5 of those get out.
At the hearing, Peter's case is surprisingly strong, mostly because he provides the court with plenty of examples of his own bad parenting. He even tries to introduce a ghost who never lies to point out the guilty party, which hilariously backfires when the ghost points directly at Peter.
Wait, Your Honor. There is something further. Look, I know I screwed up big time, but I only did it so I could get my kids back. I love them.
After incriminating himself in the most absurd way possible, Peter makes a heartfelt plea to the judge and narrowly escapes prison time. He still doesn't win his kids back, but everything ultimately works out when a fully healed Lois returns from the hospital, bringing the kids back home along with the delicious smell of French fry grease.
Now we can live with you again, even though you're a dangerous retard.
Unsurprisingly, Peter faces absolutely zero consequences for nearly taking out Tom Tucker, severely burning his wife, or framing his best friend.
Isn't it wonderful that everything's back to normal?
Yeah. Oh, God, nobody move.
What is it?
Nothing. I'll get it.